well, they done it. They done it.
They done it.
They done it.
What they done did.
Oh, well, so I know you've seen, but at the Trump rally earlier today, as the media was saying, there was some popping noises,
Yeah.
which, like, I love how they were like trying to downplay that, like that wasn't one of the most messed up things that America's gone through in quite a while.
I mean, the media's openly saying it was a shooter now.
Now, yeah. But
initially they weren't.
No, they're like there were some popping noises.
Oh,
I mean, there could have been, but that's not confirmed. It's all like, yeah. I mean, he just falls down randomly. He's not Joe Biden. Shit. But yeah, I don't know.
Falls down with blood leaking from the side of his head. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. The way he like reached up and grabbed his ear.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can see him grabbing his ear, but like put his hand up beside his face, like look at his hand, and then he goes down and it's like, oh, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how they spin it to where it's his fault. That will be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm calling it now that it was his fault, and I'm sure he provoked him in some way.
Yeah.
Or something. It'll be something like that. It's actually his fault because of his hateful rhetoric and all that. It's like, really? Like, you've been saying that this election is a vote for democracy.
Yeah.
Like we're, like this, making it seem like this is a civil war, and hyping this up to get both bases just frothing at the bits, which on the Trump side, it's the most calm I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Like it's not as crazy as it was, in 2020. So, but what's your opinion on that whole thing?
Well, I mean, it's pretty interesting. It's the first assassination attempt in like 50 years almost. Isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, I know what happened to Reagan.
Well, I mean, Kennedy. Wasn't Kennedy the last?
Successful one.
Well, also the last attempt, right?
No, Reagan was.
Oh, okay.
I think he was like 84 or 88, something like that.
Okay, so about 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, it had like, I hate to say it, you're like, well, it happens, but I mean, there's usually like some kind of attempt or like plot or whatever, somebody's planning it, they get caught and shit.
Oh yeah.
Or they catch them somewhere there, before popping happens.
Yeah.
Reagan was cool though, because like, they had that attempt on his life, right? And then after that, he was giving another speech, and a balloon that like somehow got in the way, like came untied or whatever, and it floats up and pops on a light, and he's like, "Miss me," and then keeps on going on his speech.
I don't think that was Reagan.
That was Reagan.
I'm pretty sure that was Bush.
That was Reagan. Bush wasn't funny. Like Bush had a stick up his ass, both of them. So, yeah. Anyway, I think I interrupted you.
You did.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm used to it. It was it's pretty interesting. It's like the first like actually important thing that's happened in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Except for COVID.
What? Yeah, okay.
Like, because I was born just after 9/11, a couple of years after 9/11.
Yeah.
I haven't had really anything significantly happen in the world. Like, there's little wars every day, but nothing that like dramatic has happened except for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And now I get to see something cool happen in my lifetime.
I don't know if cool is the right word.
Yeah, maybe not cool, but like interesting. Nothing interesting ever happens for
Yeah, I mean, in the politics that you're used to, that you just started paying attention to, there's a lot of shit talking, and nobody does anything. Um,
I watch a lot of UFC, so seeing a bunch of old people fight and complain without fists is kind of boring.
yeah, so, uh, but I don't. It's not surprising to me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit, I was standing around talking to some of the guys at the shop, and I was like, oh, somebody's gonna try. Like, it was inevitable,
Yeah.
because of just all. I mean, it is. Should Trump be president? I mean, he's not. He ain't presidential. I'll say that. Um, and I can't even say that he's the right choice. I think he's the better choice of the two, in my opinion.
Okay.
But that's out the window now. Because I mean, you talk about pissing off a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are going to have that opinion now, and they're like, "Oh, okay, he must have been on to something,"
Yeah.
And they'll play it off as like some crazy guy. They'll Lee Harvey Oswald the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So, I don't
He
know.
like he was on drugs, he was out of his mind or whatever.
Yeah, acted alone and all that. Yeah, I mean, the fact that like it's almost common knowledge about the whole JFK thing, like with the CIA and all that. Like it was like a sanctioned thing, saying it without saying it. Um, yeah, I mean, this could be another thing. You know, I mean, I don't know, but the way he reacted to it, I mean, because Shane Gillis thought it was going to be, you know, like he had that whole joke about Trump getting shot, and I don't know, he didn't make the noise, but the way the Secret Service swarmed him, like it was good to see that there's no there's no left or right in that moment,
Yeah.
But what were you telling me earlier about what the reports that have come out as we know it at this time?
We don't know who the shooter is, and we don't know the bystander that died, but we know that they are both dead. The shooter and a bystander has been killed.
Okay. That's really sad about the bystander.
Yeah, the shooter shot 8 shots.
Yeah.
And as far as we know, one hit Trump, the rest of them hit either nothing or civilians, and so far one of them have died.
Well, you could hear the Secret Service talking whenever they were picking Trump up to get him out of there, and heard one of them say, "You've been hit in the shoulder, sir." And yeah, he did that whole like grabbing towards his ear or something. He had blood on the side of his face. Um, but man, whenever he started like pumping his fist, I mean, I know he's working on adrenaline. Fuck, he was pumped.
Yeah.
Now he was like, man, he had that look like bring that motherfucker here.
Yeah. Bare hands is how.
If you didn't get him, I will.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I was actually proud at that point. I mean, not as a Republican or not as a Democrat, just a fucking American.
Yeah.
That somebody's speaking, somebody tried to shut him up permanently, and he still got up. I mean, he's looking towards the crowd, or towards the camera, and it looked like he said "fuck you," but I think I don't know if he went like all Braveheart and was yelling freedom or what, but
Something.
Yeah, he was yelling something. Somebody's gonna have to lip read. And,
We need to put that picture of him on a T-shirt. Like him with his fist in the air.
oh, dude, that's gonna be on T-shirts, hats, billboards, bumper stickers,
Yeah.
tattoos. You know that's coming.
I'm one of them.
So
That's gonna happen.
I mean, we've talked about the election and all that before. Does this like kind of really push you in one way or the other, or reinforce one way or the other?
Um, Not really, not yet, at least, because we don't have information on the person.
Mm-hmm.
And even if we did, we're not going to find out publicly. They're not going to tell us.
Oh, they'll tell us what they want.
Well, yeah, but it could be any random civilian, or it could have been someone hired from the Democratic Party. It could be anything, and we will never know.
Well, they won't release a name. They have. Well, they may eventually, but they had started this thing where they stopped saying the names of like all the mass shooters and shit like that, because they don't want to popularize them. Like people were doing it for fame, basically. Like, oh, the world will remember me. I don't fucking remember one of them.
Yeah.
But people are fucking nuts too. So I don't know. I mean, gut reaction for me. I mean, my mind will change if different things comes out. You know, like oh, it was all a setup by Trump for sympathy. Like some shit like that comes out. I mean, sure, I could sway my mind back the other direction. I don't know, but it all depends on who says it. I mean, it comes from CNN, probably not.
Yeah.
But jeez, I mean, it's just a crazy time. I feel bad.
Why do you feel bad?
Like so, like we had like we followed like behind the baby boomers and stuff, and I mean, was the generation before correct in the way that they handled everything? No, they weren't. Is our generation correct for the way that we're handling things? No, we're not. Um, but they did a better job. I mean, could they have handled social media and the internet and stuff like that? Probably, I don't know. I would think so because they seem more common sense. But we seem to have this all fucked up.
Yeah.
And you guys are the ones that are going to have to clean it up. And they blame the baby boomers for everything. Like they go out, like they're talking about, like, oh, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And, I was able to do this, and back in the day, it was just, the man worked, the woman stayed home, raised the kids, and da 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 da. We took a 2-week vacation. Well, life was different then. I mean, your income from one job, you could sustain that lifestyle. You were middle class, like you're content and happy. Now I mean, you see how much I work just to provide for you and me. I mean, I know you provide for yourself, but you know what I mean. I got to work a lot to maintain one house. With basically just me now, and yeah, I would not be able to do it if I had a wife and 2.5 kids.
Yeah.
Because I mean, me buying groceries for me and you, $200+ for the week. That's insane. And you know how I go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
I ain't buying, all the fancy shit and the fast cook microwave shit. Like, I mean, I'm like, all right, where's 17 pounds of ground chuck?
Yeah.
And then we do this shit. Yeah. I mean, we're not leaving a very good example.
I feel like none of the generations before us left a good example, except since like the 40s, 50s.
You know,
I feel like that was the last good example we ever had.
well, that was the height of the American dream, like in the 50s.
Yeah.
Like that's where a lot of the what I was just talking about. The
Wife, 2.5 kids,
Yeah.
can have a good life.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think that's the last of the generational.
2 cars in every driveway. And I don't know. I mean, we were there, and we've done some good things. I can't really think of any off the top of my head, but like like we're not like it's just not an evil, oh my god world.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I know everybody's like still blaming like the old politicians. Like I know they're I mean I think Biden's Biden at this point. You know, um, but I really think that most of the company or most of the country is ran by companies.
That's fair to say.
Yeah. So I mean, they can pass their silly laws and all that shit, but whenever it comes down to it, it comes down to the almighty dollar.
Yeah. I wonder if they're still going to let Trump run in the election, depending on how bad his injuries are.
Oh, he'll run. Like that ain't gonna stop him. What really bugs me is they had that first shot. Well, I'm sorry, pop.
Yeah.
That was the most ridiculous thing I heard. Sorry, I keep on beating on that dead horse, but oh, but they had that first pop, and like it was like a half a breath, of like, what was that? And then he rattles off 7 more, and I mean, he went for the dome.
Yeah.
He went for the 360 no scope. Like,
And he went for the Ooga Booga.
yeah, shit, yeah. Like, I mean, the shit was serious. Like, it wasn't somebody just trying to make a political point.
Yeah. It was someone trying to kill a man.
Yeah, and it, he, and like we said, he's only painted as a crazy loon, and it's Trump's fault, and da 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 da. I also kind of think that he's going to be like the left's version of Kyle Rittenhouse,
Who?
whoever the shooter was. Like, there will be people that champion him.
It'd be crazy if it was Kyle Rittenhouse. Wouldn't that be some shit?
Nah, that would be some shit. I mean, but I guess JFK Jr. was in the audience,
JFK Jr.?
or Robert Kennedy Jr. Something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's JFK's nephew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think he was in. He may have been in the audience. I'd say, but at the same time, I mean, that whenever I seen that was TikTok news. So
Yeah.
Who knows on that one?
It's pretty crazy stuff, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing like this has happened in my lifetime.
yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. But, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
Well, on a different note, a new Marvel trailer came out.
We're going to have to work on your segues.
A new Marvel trailer came out,
Uh-huh.
and it's for Captain America.
Okay.
But it's not. It's just Falcon. That stole a shield.
It was given to him.
And I don't count it. It's not Steve Rogers. It's not the same.
He stole it from an old man.
Yeah. Weak and brittle. What was he supposed to do? Actually, it looks really good, though. The movie does.
I like some parts of it. I watched the trailer just a little bit ago. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, give your impressions.
I mean, I think it looks really good. My favorite Avenger is Captain America,
Yeah,
and so I was heartbroken whenever had to pass the torch,
yeah,
and yeah, it broke my heart. And now seeing it be Falcon, one of the stupidest characters in any TV series, movies I've ever seen in my life. That's like giving Hawkeye the shield. Not a fan of that, but I feel like from how they set him up, it's not going to be the worst thing ever. It's cool to see Harrison Ford in it. That guy from Breaking Bad is in it. Which Breaking Bad's one of my favorite shows of all time, so that's
yeah,
pretty cool. And then Red Hulk at the end of the trailer popped up.
yeah.
That's pretty exciting too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy that they didn't show like the face of the Red Hulk and stuff. Like give us a real glimpse at it because I'm kind of worried about the quality.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's probably going to be Banner Hulk, like quality.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be Harrison Ford, and it's like kind of already look like a Hulk right now. Like
Harrison Ford is supposed to be the Red Hulk?
yeah,
Oh.
that's who in the comics. That's who it is. Now that doesn't mean that that's who it's actually going to be in the MCU.
So in the comics, the president was the Red Hulk then.
Well, I mean, he was just a general, like he wasn't the president.
Okay, then it might not be Harrison Ford then.
Harrison Ford is that general, like General Ross.
Well, he's the president in the movie.
Yeah, but the MCU is not as accurate to the comics as it should be.
Okay.
So,
What was your impressions on it?
I mean, to me, it looked like it had kind of a Captain America Civil War vibe.
Yeah.
Kind of dark. Some mystery to it. Emotional. I am scared that the movie is going to be based on a message. Whatever that may be.
Yeah.
I mean, Falcon and the Winter Soldier had a message, but I mean, it was, in my opinion, tastefully done. Like it was a good part of the movie or a series. It wasn't a movie,
Yeah.
but I'm not a fan of Harrison Ford being General Ross. I think he's too old for the role. I understand Hulk's going to be CGI and all that,
Yeah.
but I personally think he's too old for the role. I think they could have gone with somebody younger.
Yeah.
And I really like the bad guy from Breaking Bad, and he's in a lot of shows. He's in Breaking Bad. He's in The Boys. He's in
Yeah.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
He's all over the place, and he's so fantastic as an actor. But does he got to be in everything?
Yes.
No, like I his bad guy. As much as I love him being a bad guy, his bad guy character is the same in everything. The only thing that changes is whether or not he has an accent or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me if I'm wrong, but he's intelligent, mostly emotionless, and he's very brutal.
So like every villain of all time.
No, not every villain of all time. I mean, for every Michael Myers, you got a Freddy Krueger.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's just, like it's the same. I mean, it's a much better version of The Rock. The Rock is The Rock in every movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what movie it is. He's The Rock.
Yeah.
Same with Kevin Hart. He's Kevin Hart. You know, And this guy is the same way. He's the same guy in every thing. I mean, um, I just think it was poor casting choices.
Okay. I'm not going to make any assumptions until it's out and what we watch it, but it looks
Oh
like it's going
yeah,
to be good so far.
like I'm looking forward to watching it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just off the cuff gut reaction. But I also think that the Falcon never should have been Captain America. I think it should have went to Bucky.
I agree. Yeah. In the comics, does it go to Bucky or does it go to Falcon?
It switches around
Oh,
quite a
okay.
bit. Yeah, I mean it does go to Bucky. But Bucky was also the White Wolf. He basically worked out of Wakanda. That was from uh, Infinity War.
Yeah.
Whenever he was over there, he would go on missions for Wakanda, and he had a white suit. And he was called the White Wolf.
Hmm.
Yeah, he wasn't the Winter Soldier.
That's pretty cool. I wish we would have got to see some of that.
Right. And there's talks of that happening because I don't like Black Panther didn't do real well with the whole feminist movement thing, you know?
Yeah, Black Panther 2 did not do well.
No.
The first one did really well. I really liked the first one.
Yeah, and oh god, the first one maybe not my most favorite comic book movie,
Hmm.
but it was up there. I mean,
Yeah, it was really good.
it was. I mean, definitely top five, possibly top three.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question. What are your top three comic book movies?
Uh, I'm gonna go original Iron Man
Okay.
at number one.
That's a safe pick.
Yeah, because that was the springboard for everything. I mean, we had like Edward Norton's Hulk.
Yeah, that one was whack.
Yeah, stuff like that. But like, you know, but I don't know, like Iron Man, the original one. Um, I'm probably gonna go Guardians of the Galaxy at number two. And I'll go Black Panther number three.
That's not what I expected.
What'd you think I was gonna say?
For you, I would probably think Captain or Iron Man number one for sure. But then I was going to expect like some kind of Thor or Spider Man or something.
You know, the Thor movies just haven't really found their place. You know,
As
like
much shit as Ragnarok got, I thought it was actually pretty good.
Ragnarok was great. Love and Thunder was ugh.
I didn't think it was that bad, but I
It
I
wasn't.
only liked it because of the soundtrack though.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was just like it was okay. So it's not Thor anymore. Like
Yeah.
you know, that's not the character that we've all grown to love. But what's your top three?
Ooh, that's kind of hard actually. Um, okay, number one is original Tobey Maguire Spider Man.
Mm-hmm.
The very first one. That's my number one. That movie is fantastic.
Yeah.
Cannot be done wrong. And then I'm going to go with the first Captain America. That one is a masterpiece to me. Number three, probably the first Avengers. That was a really good movie for the time.
It really was.
So yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. I mean, in my list, like everything is so close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so close. Um, well, yeah, we kind of talked about the Hulk a little bit. You've seen both, right? You know the new Hulk, you know, like Mark Ruffalo,
Yeah.
and you've seen Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Which one of those two do you think is actually the better Bruce Banner?
The better Bruce Banner.
Well, let's go with the whole character, Hulk / Bruce Banner.
What was the older one? What was it? Like
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton's was better. The movie was not better, but the character was better.
The Hulk was better.
Yeah.
I
It
agree.
was more accurate.
Yeah, like I love the Hulk that we have.
Me too. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think he's great, but there was something about Edward Norton's, and maybe it's just because we got the one movie.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because he was supposed to be like Mark Ruffalo was a replacement, a villain.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like how we got Don Cheadle. You know,
Who's Don Cheadle?
War Machine.
Oh. Ugh.
Yeah, we got him as a replacement for Terrence Howard.
Okay.
So, um, but no, I mean, like I really like Mark Ruffalo's one. They are completely different,
Yeah.
but
I like Mark Ruffalo's in the beginning, but now I don't like it. Now where he's like doing all this stuff with She-Hulk and he's a super intelligent being where he's half human, half Hulk. I don't
well,
like that at all.
that is comic accurate.
Is it?
It is.
Probably not for the majority of the comics, though. I'm sure for most of it, he was the Rage Monster.
Yeah, no, I mean, it goes back and forth, you know, but I mean, comics are like that, like where, you know, where comics reboot more often than movies ever do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's so many variations of every character. But yeah, I mean, like Smart Hulk is a thing, World Breaker Hulk, we haven't seen that yet. Um, Gray Hulk, I forget his name.
We did see him, right?
Hmm?
He was in the original, The Incredible Hulk.
No, that's Abomination.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gray Hulk actually has a name. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's kind of like Smart Hulk.
Okay.
But it, he actually lives in Vegas and is like an enforcer slash mob boss.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
like obsessed with like getting money and yeah, um, yeah. So I mean, there's so many different iterations of the Hulk. It's kind of, but then they kind of spun it into like a whole Hulk universe, kind of like how they got the Spider Verse.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's so many different variations of the Hulk from all these other people.
Yeah.
And da, 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 da. It's like shut that lazy shit up. Like
That's just bad writing.
yeah, like I don't know how to get this origin story. Just put them in a different universe. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. But as far as the Captain America movie, that's what we started off on. I guess I'm looking forward to it. I want to see it, but mainly not because I'm like, oh my god, you know, the Falcon as Captain America, I can't wait. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad choice. I think he'll do a good job, but I want to see the direction that the MCU is going. Because the whole Kang thing, now that that's out the window,
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going. Because like Marvel was like really good at like putting out the map and like this is where we're gonna be in the next 5 years, and they followed that religiously. And then that guy fucked up, and now they don't know what to do.
um, what's the name of that character? He's big, tall, like he's obnoxiously large, red and purple, and he's like destroyer of worlds.
Oh,
Galactus?
yeah, Galactus. Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool if they did something with Galactus.
they're
They did something with him a long time ago. I don't remember what it was,
yeah,
but it was very, very brief, and we didn't see almost any of him.
yeah.
I think it was in Guardians of the Galaxy. But anyway, that'd be a really cool direction to go into.
Yeah. Well, in Guardians of the Galaxy, we saw the Watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we saw. The only time we've seen an on-screen version of Galactus was it was a Fantastic Four movie. It was whenever Chris Evans was the Human Torch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That was like 04, 05 or something like that.
yeah, Galactus was a planet.
Really?
Yeah, like like hey, we got this badass villain. He's huge. He destroys worlds and all that. Oh yeah, make him a hungry planet. So he was just a ball
Yeah.
of clouds, and it would eat other plants. It was a huge ass fucking Pac-Man, is all it was.
Yeah.
Um,
I see that they're supposed to be doing a new Fantastic Four movie soon.
yeah, and it's got Pedro Pascal in it.
Isn't he the main guy? I forget his name.
Reed Richards.
Yeah, isn't yeah.
Yeah. John Krasinski was a much better choice in my opinion, but
Absolutely. I agree with that.
I mean, I like Pedro Pascal, but again, why do we got the same 7 people in every fucking movie? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, Mandalorian, Last of Us, Game of Thrones. You know, like he's in fucking everything.
He's
Like,
in the new Gladiator coming out.
yeah. Like how are we doing that? Like,
Apparently he was in the original one, just it was a very, very minor part, and now he's being brought to light. That character is.
actually in the movie,
As far as I know, yeah.
or his character was in the.
No, Pedro Pascal was in the movie, but he wasn't anything yet, and they're taking that little side character that no one paid attention to and making a movie out of it. Because now he's a big time actor.
Now, if they're doing that, I can get behind them.
As far as I know, that's what it is. I didn't look into it even a little bit. I just saw
deep dive the shit out of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm gonna rewatch the movie. I'm gonna find the scene. Like, I mean, if they're actually doing that, I can respect that. Like, okay,
You'd respect that more?
yeah.
Why?
Well, the first one is such a classic,
Yeah.
and if you're gonna try to retell it, I just don't think you can. But do you know who the Emperor is? Denzel Washington.
That ain't mathematically correct.
I mean, I want to see how they play that in.
But that's just not historically accurate.
Well,
in any way.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a Roman story. But I mean, back then Rome was. I mean, a lot of people went to Rome, and Rome conquered a lot of the world. So, like, there was a lot of different ethnicities in the Roman Empire.
But that long ago, making a black person an emperor, that's almost impossible.
Well, is like whenever I think it's the new Assassin's Creed game coming out, and the playable character is a black samurai. And everybody lost their shit because, like, oh, we gotta check the box, da 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 da. He's like, no, that's historically accurate.
Yeah.
Like, there was one, like, actual, legit black samurai, which I find fucking awesome.
I'm sure there are more than one, but like that's the one that made stories about.
That's the only recorded one.
Well, yeah, recorded. Yeah.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, then they were very strict on recording stuff. Like, like, I mean, you not just anybody could be a samurai. Like,
Yeah.
It was kind of like their version of like our European knights. Like you had to be knighted. Not just anybody could do it.
Yeah.
Unless you were very brave and this, that, and the other, or rich and your dad didn't know somebody. You could do it that way too.
Yeah.
Bronny James. Yeah.
Which is funny because that kid's not good at basketball. He has the slightest bit of skill, but he's not good.
Yeah. I mean, we can switch over to sports a little bit because I got a couple things on that. Like,
He has like high school basketball skill, and that's about it.
What one of the announcers talking about, like was it Lavelle or LeVar ball or whatever, or LaMelo ball?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so there's this guy had 3 sons. They all play basketball, and there's like LaMelo, and there's 2 brothers in the NBA.
Okay.
But they're both really good. And the third brother didn't make the NBA, he may be playing in the European leagues or something, working on his game or something. He'll probably end up making it over there. But the one that didn't make the NBA, they're saying that if Bronny James and this ball kid were to play, the one that didn't make the NBA would eat Bronny James's lunch. Like they're
Really?
like, yeah, they're like he's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he could. I mean, I have a hard time believing that he's not going to be good.
I'm sure he has potential, but as of right now, being accepted in the NBA, he's not good.
Second round pick, no way. But
Yeah.
I mean, I
He's
get
only
it.
getting picked because of the name.
Yeah, and I get it. Like they're trying to keep LeBron happy so that way they can sell more. I mean, Lakers aren't even going for a championship. They don't give a fuck. They're trying to sell tickets right now.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. But I know you probably haven't kept up on it because you really don't give two shits about it. And I ain't talked about her in a while. What? But Caitlin Clark, right?
Okay.
So the whole thing is about Rookie of the Year, right, for the WNBA.
Okay.
And they're trying to make a case for Angel Reese, right? And she's like this. I guess she's a center. Like, so I've watched basketball quite a bit,
Mhm.
and I've played basketball, and I enjoy the game. And I mean, well, and when I say I watch basketball quite a bit, I used to watch it. I just can't really do it anymore. But you could always tell who was who by how they played. Like, oh, that's a forward, that's a center, that's a point, that's a strong forward. Like you just tell by watching them. You'd be like, Angel Reese, I have no idea what the fuck she is. I don't know if she's a center, a forward. I know she ain't a point guard.
Yeah.
Like, she can't dribble, she can't drive, she can't shoot, she can rebound her own missed shots. She's uncoordinated. Um, and whenever I say ugly, I'm not talking about her looks. Like her shots are ugly, her running's ugly. Like I've seen her travel. I've seen her travel more than I think any time I've ever seen it. Like the entire time I've ever watched or played. Like
Yeah.
it's horrendous, and that's the competition for Rookie of the Year.
Versus the best WNBA player that's ever been of the sport
Yeah, I mean,
or of the league.
it's the. I mean, if you want to give Angel Reese Rookie of the Year and then give Caitlin Clark MVP of the league, okay,
Yeah.
sure. You don't want to give her everything. I get that. But like they're talking about, like, oh, well, Angel Reese had this streak of double games, for so long. She has the record of the most double games in a row, and it's all like she had 10 rebounds, 12 points. Like, we're not being fucking crazy here. I had that shit in Optimus basketball. Okay. Like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Like, and
Well, the bar is pretty low for WNBA. They got to scrape together whatever they can get.
but it's so ugly.
Yeah.
Just how she plays, how she plays, how she talks, like she's like yelling shit. Like she'll put up the three ugliest shots in a row, get all the rebounds from all three missed shots that she had, get it up the fourth time, finally score, and then she'll put her hand down like the girl that was guarding her is too small, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, too small, too small, too small. It's all like, you took 4 fucking shots. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Get good, homegirl.
yeah, like, I mean, the sun shines on a dog's ass some days.
Yeah.
Like, or, oh, too small, too small. Shut the fuck up, female LeBron.
You were getting so heated.
Oh, I hate that shit. It's like you're trying to compare this fucking just not even a basketball player. Like it's like watching. I mean, you ever watch like the outtakes of the Air Bud? movie, with a dog playing basketball.
Yeah.
Same shit that she has going on right over here in prime time.
That's funny.
And then you got Caitlin Clark, like playing like she possibly could be. Like, I don't think she could play in the NBA, but she's got all the same bag that everybody else has in that position.
Yeah.
She can dribble, she can pass, she can shoot, she can drive. And one thing I don't like about Caitlin Clark, though, is I see her push off way too much. Like, they need to call that shit. Like, she's pushing off her defensive opponent, like shoving them hard.
Yeah.
That's how she's getting that wide open of a shot. Like, I don't like that shit. And, like, I mean, she got bitchy, like on the court. Like, it's like, I don't know. She's always complaining and shit. Sorry, that's my WNBA rant. I need to get off that shit. Like, I swear to God, I'm going to start buying season tickets.
Figure it out at least.
Sorry, my bad.
I quit smoking. That's something new that happened this week.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I'm making you like, hey, don't smoke during the podcast this week, please.
I really thought about being a dick.
I probably could be fine, but like,
you say that now.
Yeah,
that shit's downstairs.
I would probably be okay because I was fine with mom smoking in front of me earlier last night, but I'm still like,
yeah.
I need it.
It's really tough. My best was 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, that was the most I could do. And, God, I feel like it helped me understand what, like, period week is like. And I can only do 3 days of it. Because, I was irritable. I was bitchy.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably the closest I'm ever going to get to that. So.
Well, I'm not on 3 days yet. I'm on, in 13 minutes, I will be at 45 hours without any nicotine.
You will be getting ahead of it whenever you stop counting the hours.
Yeah.
That's whenever, like, you're on the downhill side.
Well, I'm not even, I don't think at all I'm going to smoke a cigarette. It's just so uncomfortable. Like, I have the willpower not to because the urges aren't that strong. It's just they happen so much. It's so annoying.
Yeah. And fast.
What?
The urges. They just, like, you're fine and then,
yeah,
there they are.
For me, it's been every time I finish eating. Because I always have a cigarette like the second I'm done with that last bit of food.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but yeah.
And now I had ate earlier and I went to grab one in my pocket and I was like, fuck, I quit. Oh, shit. I always forget that I quit.
Yeah.
And thankfully I don't have them on me. I do keep one pack in the car. It's completely sealed and it'll stay sealed. But it's to, like, have the temptation but be strong enough to not have it.
Yeah.
Not to go into it. I keep it in the trunk because I'm not that strong. But I have the temptation but be strong enough not to.
I feel like I got to that age and I've been doing it for so long, it's probably unhealthy if I quit.
Probably.
Like, yeah. Like, I think the only thing that's like holding my body together is like nicotine and
caffeine.
Well, and hate. That's a pretty good glue.
Your rubber and glue. Oh man, I'm tired today.
Yeah.
You know it?
Oh, I am too. It's been a day. Went and did a little car shopping with Kaylin and stuff like that. She found a couple to look at. So, but it was a good day.
I bought some weights.
Yeah, I saw
and
it.
A barbell.
Yeah, it looked like we were carrying in a death midget or something.
Yeah. Hey, that's not a cult. That's appropriation now. Or not. It's just offensive to say.
Is it?
Now. Yeah. Now you're supposed to say little person.
Is it a little person?
Yeah.
Well,
Midget's offensive.
I thought it went back.
Nah.
Shit.
And
Cancel. Yeah. I'm sorry if I offended anybody in that community.
You know, I've had little. I'm going to say midget because they said it was okay to say it. But I've had little people friends.
Yeah.
I knew a couple while I was at college, and we talked about it. Like, is it offensive if I say midget? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, can you put that in writing
Yeah.
so I don't get like swarmed or ganged up on?
You trying to get an M card?
I'm just trying to avoid a micro riot.
No. Let's find a tall box. You'll be all right.
It's like a bunch of mozzarella sticks running at me. What else we got for this?
You know, I dated a girl one time that had a fear of little people.
That's really funny.
Yeah, like really, like she got scared. I'm like, I don't know, like, is that a fear or is that like a form of racism? Like,
I mean discrimination, but yeah.
yeah, right. Like, I didn't know how to look at that. Like,
Huh.
yeah, like,
That brings up another question. What if you were like had an actual fear of like a certain skin color? Like, would that be racist or would it just be a condition?
I don't think you could explain that condition. I really don't think you could. I think that you're going to be on the news somewhere for sure. Yeah.
You're gonna start a new movement.
If that was the case. Oh man. Yeah. I just. Huh.
Interesting.
And if that was the case, they'd probably make it into a movie, and the guy that would play that character would probably be Nicolas Cage.
It'd be the color light purple.
Do you like Nicolas Cage?
No.
You don't like him as an actor?
No. Because he's another one of those actors where he's Nicolas Cage in every movie. I did actually like him in Ghost Rider. But Ghost Rider and National Treasure. Everything else, I hate him in.
Con Air?
Nah, I don't remember watching it. I've definitely watched it. I just don't remember it.
Well, so like he's talked about it as like being a bad actor, right?
Yeah.
Like it's Nicolas Cage, but you're like Ghost Rider, Con Air, but great movie.
National Treasure was really good.
Yeah, great movie. What was the one where he breaks into that prison?
Oh no.
God, it has Sean Connery in it.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh my God. I feel so bad that I forget the name of that movie. And it's not that because it's a forgettable movie, it's because I'm fucking old.
I'm on detox brain, so I can't think of like what I had for lunch. So don't ask me.
Anyway, that's another great movie. Like for like every bad movie he has like two good ones.
Okay.
Right. It's weird how that works. Like Kevin Hart plays the same character in every movie. But he has some really good movies. I honestly I like his more serious roles. I
Me too. I like his more serious roles than his funny ones.
think Kevin Hart can actually act.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he's another Rock. The Rock, and I love The Rock from wrestling and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like that was my dude. Like he was fucking hilarious. And then he like bulked up and I don't know, fucking roids or whatever.
Speaking of roids, something else that happened this week. Mr. John Cena retired
From
wrestling.
From wrestling?
He announced his retirement.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But it's just I'm glad it happened after I stopped watching WWE.
Well, I mean, The only times he was coming back to WWE was to try to boost the ratings some, and it wasn't working as good as it used to, because you see him in all these movies, and it's really hard because he actually kind of is a good actor too. Like I think he's a better actor than The Rock.
Ooh. I gotta rethink of all the roles The Rock has done. I don't know. He was a decent Black Adam.
He was The Rock, just didn't talk much.
Okay. He was not a good Scorpion King.
That was horrible CGI.
Yeah.
That wasn't his fault. But
I guess that's true.
whenever they actually had Scorpion King movies, he was The Rock with a somewhat Egyptian accent.
Hey, he was a good Moana. He was good in Moana. The Rock was good in Moana.
Okay, animated movie. He didn't.
I will give it that John Cena is a better actor
Okay.
because of the Peacemaker show. That show was amazing. I love that show.
Yeah, and he's had several like rom-com,
Yeah.
type movies. He does look like a buff version of the guy, the Ernest P. Worrell.
Yeah.
Like Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Goes to Jail.
Yeah,
Like,
he does.
he looks identical to him, but buff.
Yeah.
Vern Troyer, I think was his name.
I don't know. I figured it was Ernest.
No, that was just a character. I think started off as a radio personality.
Is that like a Larry the Cable Guy kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Larry Cable Guy got the same thing. Yeah.
Wasn't Larry the Cable Guy a comedian before anything else?
Yeah, he was a comedian, but he wasn't Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
He was just like a comedian that was on a radio show, and then he made this character for this radio show. And he would break it out, for these segments, and then it just kind of took off. Because he was funny,
Yeah.
but he's like a Southern hick and this, that, and the other. But the real version of him, he doesn't have that accent. He lives in Nebraska, like home of the no accent.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. But yeah, John Cena. I cannot wait for Peacemaker season 2.
Are they making a season 2?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That was probably the best thing DC's done in at least like 6 or 7 years.
Have you seen the costume for the new Flash?
No. Is it not the same costume from the end of this Flash movie they just had?
No, that guy's gone. Like all that shit been erased.
I'm looking it up.
Well, just look up pictures of like Comic-Con and look up Flash cosplay, and that's pretty much it.
New Flash costume. Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like the TV.
The TV show did better, I thought.
Okay, this is not. Who's the new actor for him?
I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the actual actor. That's just the suit.
I can't find the suit either.
But it matches with the new Superman one. I don't know why they had the urge to take the S out of the symbol.
What?
Yeah, have you not seen that? Doesn't even look like an S.
Man, I missed everything.
Yeah, am I the only nerd in this motherfucker or what?
Well, that is weird.
See?
Why is it like, the S is kind of there, but it's not.
Yeah, it's kind of
like a big 7.
You can see the S because you know it's supposed to be there, but it's not actually there.
Yeah. It starts by James Gunn, though.
Yeah.
So it might be good.
The last Flash movie with Michael Keaton was a James Gunn movie.
It might be good.
Mm.
Have we figured out who the new Superman is?
Yeah, I forget his name, but I swear to God, he looks like he's in the same like padded suit that they had in Shazam.
David Corn Sweat.
Yeah, he's some pretty boy. He's been in like pretty boy movie roles, I think.
But it's got Supergirl, Hawk Girl, Green Lantern, Lex Luthor. Holy shit, this movie is packed.
Yeah, like they're trying to get in the Justice League like really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Guy Gardner. Uh,
They're like stuffing this movie full of stuff.
yeah. They're trying to get that shit out quick. Because
The new Supergirl's kind of hot.
that's the girl that played on Game of Thrones, like the prequel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, low expectations, but it being James Gunn gives me a little more hope.
I mean, I like his movie. Like I like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like,
Yeah.
and he does do something with the cast. Like, the cast. Like, so James Gunn got in trouble or got accused of something. I don't remember what it was. I'm sure it was. I don't know. Who knows what it was? He got accused of something. I think it got proven not true or something like that. Right? Nah, he made like a. He made a bad joke. And I think it had a racist tone to it. But like it was like really blown up out of proportion or something like that. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, he came back from being canceled. But the cast would not make another movie. The Guardians of the Galaxy cast would not do Volume 3 without James Gunn.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're like, nope, we're not doing it. They're like, but you got to. You're under contract. We don't give a shit. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
Well, he's been canceled because of this, so you must be okay with it. Nope, we're sure not. But he's not that kind of guy. We've known him. We're not doing it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what made me. That's why it took so long for that movie to come out, and that's why he went over to DC. That and he was basically given like complete control over the DC universe.
Really?
Yeah, like he gets to. He's kind of like Kevin Feige.
Okay.
You know, like he gets to like figure out the direction that these things are going. So that's why he went there. So that way he gets to make his Superman, his Flash, his everything.
Yeah.
So
hopefully it's good.
I hope so. I think I think it's going to be a DC Guardians of the Galaxy kind of vibe.
Yeah.
There'll be some humor. There'll be some good action. Probably too much humor, like a scotch. Too much.
Yeah. We will see.
Yeah. Important question, though. Probably the most important thing of the night.
I know this is going.
You're going to go get Taco Bell, right?
I knew it. I knew that's where it was going, you fat ass. I just look at you. You don't have to say even a word or blink. I just know it's going to be something about food.
But with all that being said.
Yes, I'll get you Taco Bell.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm getting you Taco Bell. You're more than capable.
Yeah. But I'm hungry.
Why don't you go with me?
I don't want
We have a father-son outing. That's about to decide if I'm going or not.
I mean, I guess I got that chimichanga in the freezer.
I ain't playing. This is the kind of face thinks he's playing?
Don't be nicotine withdrawal mad.
I got better things to do.
Oh, yeah?
If you want Taco Bell, you can go with me to go get it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, what you think? What you think, player? Ain't no one getting no quesadilla. Ain't nobody gonna get no 5-way burrito on my watch.
Keep that same energy.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
We get the boxing gloves on, go out the front yard. Box out in the
we don't
ditch.
need to box about it. You don't want to go get Taco Bell? Don't go get Taco Bell.
I don't want to get it myself. If you want to go with, we'll go. If you don't want to go with, all right,
cut me out, then that's fine.
All right.
Just remember. Just remember it.
I don't know what you're trying to threaten here. You're not making any sense.
No, I'm not threatening anything. It's just similar things happen, and you know,
Okay, are we done yet?
holy Lord,
People stopped listening like 10 minutes ago. So
you stopped listening like an hour ago.
yeah, that's fair.
All right. Anyway, everybody have a great weekend. Go Trump.
Trump, get well soon.